You know you special because I put on my magnetic lashes for you today. Okay, honey? You want to lose weight. You're thinking about bright line eating, but you don't know. I am trying to make this video a summary so I can condense down for you why the program works, how to do it, how to get started, like the big things about bright line eating. Hey there, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela and I am down 55 pounds on my weight loss journey, more than halfway to my goal. I'm rocking and rolling along on bright line eating. The majority of my weight has been lost through bright line eating. Yes, I am a former TV news anchor. Can't help it. The voice always has to come out when the camera is on, but I really got to make this channel more fun because when the camera starts rolling, I'm like, welcome to my channel. Nobody wants to hear that. You just want to know I'm a real person. My YouTube channel used to be all about beauty blogging and sometimes mommy blogging, but then I transformed it recently into a weight loss channel because I am one of those people, probably like you, who's been able to accomplish so many things in my life except lasting weight loss without a struggle. That's why this video is here today for you, to help you, because I want to summarize the book for you, to paint a picture of what it's really like to do the bright line eating plan so that you can decide if it's a fit for you. Here's what I'm going to tell you though. You need to go to the Food Freedom Quiz. I will have that linked in the description box below. Take the quiz. If you are high on the food susceptibility scale, you might want to consider bright line eating. If you are a binge eater, you might want to consider bright line eating. If you're somebody who's busy and doesn't want to worry about
counting points or counting calories or all of that stuff,
you might want to try bright line eating. That's why I'm so passionate about this program, because it has changed my life so much for the better. I am 40 years old, 5'2", my highest weight was 210 pounds. Now I'm 155 and I know like the weight is falling off of me. I am so confident, I feel so good, I have so much energy. As you can tell, I'm coming at you through the camera because I feel so good. I have so much energy, so much energy. And as the mom of a busy toddler, I am just beyond excited that I have found this program that works for me. What I want to do in this video is summarize for you the book and what the Bright Line Eating program is, because I've had a lot of people who have bought the book because I'm so adamant, you gotta read the book, you gotta read the book. But a lot of people, in fact, on a recent video, my friend Lucy, another blogger just like me here in South Florida, was like, how can I start Bright Line Eating without reading the book? So I decided this video is crucial for those of you who are considering the program and wanna know what it entails. So I do have a cheat for you, and then I'll tell you about the program. So my cheat for you is, if you wanna get really in depth, get the cookbook. And I'm obsessed with this cookbook. It's really good. I've made some of the recipes from it, but here's why I think it's a really good cheat for you. The first 3 chapters of this cookbook, basically, look at this before and after. Look at that transformation. Get it, girl. You good. The first 3 chapters of the book basically give you all you need to know in 3 chapters. Why bright line eating works. Chapter 2, which I'm going to tell you today, how to do bright line eating. I'm going to give you that summary because I want you to know how to do it. And then chapter 3, an important component of bright line eating is the science of a simple diet. And there's all kinds of information in the cookbook and in the book. And for those of you who are like, just tell me what the program is about, here's what I'm going to tell you. On bright line eating, all you have to do, okay, let me back up. Hold up. Why bright line eating works is because if you are high on the food susceptibility scale, you have an addictable brain. I'm not going to get into the science and the research. By the way, I've read the book 3 times, so I literally feel like I'm an expert on bright line eating. I've been doing this program for
October, November, December, January.
I've been doing this program 5 months, and I have been largely successful on it. I am not affiliated with Bright Line Eating. They do not pay me. They do not partner with me. I'm literally just someone who is passionate about the program, and I feel like I'm extremely knowledgeable about it because
I have read the book 3 times,
and I have been on the Bright Line Eating official Facebook page, which is a tremendous resource, highly recommended. Consider joining it if you haven't. The transformations on there will just boggle your mind. The science behind why Bright Line Eating works is because if you have an addictable brain, you have to set rules and parameters for it so there's no wiggle room, and so that you remove the willpower from the equation. When you are relying upon willpower, you're relying upon a muscle which can weaken. And if your muscle's strong at the beginning of the day, but you do a million bicep curls, by the end of the day your biceps are tired. Willpower is just like that. So you cannot rely upon your willpower because it will fail you. So what Bright Line Eating does is it sets up automaticity. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it is because I've never found a program that works like this for me. I have been in the public eye for years now. Again, former TV news anchor, struggled with my weight up and down. You know, I've been on Weight Watchers like 18 times. I have a video about why I quit Weight Watchers for Bright Line Eating. I'll probably do some videos in the future about comparing the two programs, because some people might still be interested in Weight Watchers, and I'll compare the two programs and tell you why I am so into Bright Line Eating and why it has dramatically worked for me. With Bright Line Eating, the automaticity gives you freedom, like mental freedom from the food chatter. And that is crucial, because the problem is on other diets, you are going to be reliant upon your willpower and you're going to still have a lot of food chatter in your brain. That is just not a great quality of life. What you need to do is find a program that is going to remove the willpower and give you automaticity, which means like everything you do is automatic. You don't think about it. You don't make a decision in the heat of the moment. You already have determined the way you eat, the lifestyle that you have, and that is why Bright Line Eating is powerful. I'm going to switch scenes because my husband and my son just got back from being out, and so I can't film here anymore, so I'm going to get back to you after I put my son down for the nap. Stay tuned. I know this doesn't look as cute as my other setup, but what are you going to do? My son is sleeping upstairs, so I'm doing the best I can. Let's talk about Bright Line Eating and what is the program. So we've talked a little bit about how Bright Line Eating is so powerful and why it is the best and easiest and fastest and most sustainable weight loss program out there. The research doesn't lie. If you read the book, which I know you don't want to do that, but if you did, Susan Peirce Thompson, Dr. Susan Peirce Thompson, the founder and creator of the Bright Line Eating program and her PhD of cognitive brain sciences, the woman is a genius. She goes into detail about why the research shows this is the best eating program on the planet, bar none. I don't want to get into it because this video would be too long if I did. That is her area of expertise. I'm literally just reporting on what she says, and honestly, it makes so much sense. I have never in my life done a program that is this successful, this fast, and this easy. I'm gonna say it again. This fast, this easy, and this successful. Bright Line Eating, I'm down 33 pounds in 4 months, because in my other videos I go into this, but I had a binge month. I had a regression where my binge brain took over. It was the right before Thanksgiving holiday, and I had traveled for 9 days. I was perfectly on program for 9 days. And in 4 months, I have lost 33 pounds, and I would be down probably 43 pounds if I had not had that binge month where I was completely off plan. So it is what it is. Let's talk about how to do Bright Line Eating. There are 4 pillars upon which Bright Line Eating is founded. No sugar, no flour, meals, 3 meals a day, and quantities, bounded quantities. I don't want you to get scared. Let me go ahead and back up right now and say you're probably, the first 2 probably scared you, where you're like, I'm done, don't want to do it again. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention in the description box below, I have my link for, it's my Amazon link to buy the Bright Line Eating book and to buy the Bright Line Eating cookbook, which again, I know you don't want to do that because you're like, I just want you to tell me how to do the program. I will say, if you are serious about Bright Line Eating, it is enough to know how to do it, but it makes it easier on you if you have the research and the science behind it and the knowledge. Again, that's why I've read the Bright Line Eating book 3 times. I think I've read the cookbook like 4 times. The first 2 things probably scared you off. Don't let it, because you're probably asking, well, if you don't eat sugar and flour, what do you eat? A lot of food, actually. You eat a lot of food. The first 2 are completely eliminating 2 food groups that are messing you up. Those 2 food groups are messing up your brain. They're also killing you, because it is a known fact, like it is science, that sugar and flour cause inflammation in your body and can also contribute to certain types of cancer and just overall, you know, heart disease, so many things. Won't get into it because you guys know. I feel like I don't even have to say much about sugar and flour because you know it's bad for you. You're like, okay, well, what does your life look like? Well, you have 3 meals. That's the 3rd principle. You have 3 meals a day on Bright Line Eating. The book goes into the science of why this works. I won't. Just know that that's what you do. And then the 4th is bounded quantities, which I think is very, very important. Dr. Susan Peirce Thompson talks about how there are overweight vegans. They're eating like the healthiest meal plan out there, but they're not limiting their quantities, that 4th pillar, and so they are overweight still. And so that is why on Bright Line Eating, it gives you bounded quantities, which means you weigh and measure your food. And you think that sounds super hard, it's really not. To do the no sugar and no flour, you have a limitless variety of food available to you, including beans, meats, dairy, you know, eggs, every fruit and vegetable you can imagine. Fruits and veggies, like literally that's a huge part of your life now. And I do not feel deprived. I want you to hear this because I feel like a lot of people that don't want to do Bright Line Eating are really like flustered by the fact that you're removing sugar and flour. I read the Bright Line Eating book 3 years ago and I stayed away from it for 3 years because I was scared that I couldn't do the program. Then I eventually came around to it and now I'm so glad I did. I'm like, why did I wait all these years? I could have been living happy, thin, and free, which is the principle of Bright Line Eating. That's their tagline, live happy, thin, and free. I could have been living happy, thin, and free 3 years ago. But I waited because I thought, oh, you know, sugar and flour, how can I live without it? And now I'm like, it's so easy to cut it out of your diet. Like, this program has been so easy for me. Even from day one, I did not feel struggle. For my particular binge brain, I literally was like, this is the program that I need. I wish I had started it sooner. That's why I'm making this video, so that you can be convinced to start Bright Line Eating. All right, let's talk about what you do. So what you do is you cut out the sugar and the flour, and then you set up regular meal times, and it creates that no willpower automatic behaviors that you want. You are building the habit of a lifelong successful thin eater. The quantities portion, weighing and measuring your food, don't be scared of that because you need it. And without that component, the great automaticity, the automatic behaviors will not be achieved. You will not achieve that automaticity without weighing and measuring your food. I would highly suggest getting a journal because that's what they tell you to do. And you get a journal, you write out day one and the date, and you write out exactly what you're going to eat. You can do this early in the morning if you want, before you start your day. Most of us do it the night before. You're gonna write what you plan to eat, and then the next day you're gonna execute on that. Like literally the next day you're gonna follow through exactly what you plan to eat. And so the night before you're gonna write out, for my breakfast, 6 ounces of a banana. And then for the grain, that's your fruit. And then for the grain, you're gonna have 1 ounce of oats. And then for your protein, you're gonna have 8 ounces of whole milk. You're gonna have an oatmeal for your breakfast. Mash up the banana, throw a little cinnamon on it. Me personally, when I was starting Bright Line Eating, I did 4 ounces of cold brew coffee over ice with 4 ounces of whole milk. And then I would do 4 ounces of whole milk in 1 ounce of oats and 6 ounces of mashed up banana with cinnamon microwaved. And that was literally my Bright Line Eating breakfast for a long time. Most of my lunches are salads, and I personally prefer a vegan salad where I'll do 6 ounces of beans or 4 ounces of hummus as my protein, and then I'll do 10 ounces of salad vegetables where it's a mixture of cut up peppers and 2 ounces of lettuce and tomatoes and cucumbers, and I'll just cut all that up and it's literally 10 ounces of raw vegetables, and then I'll put in like 4 ounces of hummus or 6 ounces of beans as my protein. Sometimes I will put fruit in my salad, like I'll chop up 6 ounces of apple, or I'll chop up 6 ounces of oranges, or chop up 6 ounces of pineapple, which is really good, and then I'll mix that in the salad. And for my fat, I will do 1 tablespoon of olive oil whisked with 1 tablespoon of Bragg's liquid aminos, and then I'll put that all together and I'll just mix it all up and I'll eat that, and that's a delicious salad. And then for dinner, a lot of times I'll do a meat. I'll do like a 4 ounces of chicken or 4 ounces of whatever I have, beef, whatever's there, and then I'll do 10 ounces of like canned green beans or 10 ounces of mixed frozen vegetables and 1 tablespoon of butter. And that's literally a day for me on Bright Line Eating, and it's literally tons of food. Like, you get so many fruits and vegetables, and it's so delicious, and you're full. I did not struggle with hunger ever. I'm lucky. And I think there are people who they struggle with hunger for like 3 to 7 days, but then they just get used to it. I was lucky that I didn't struggle with hunger, and I just want to tell you that, again, since day one for me, I didn't struggle at all. So this is kind of a summary of how to do Bright Line Eating. You're going to be like, oh man, Angela, I know you didn't just say this, but I feel like you need to read the book. You need to buy the book or check it out from your library. Dr. Susan herself that created the program is like, I don't care if you get it from the library. I don't need to make money from this. Just go get it from the library. That's what I did. I now own the book on my Kindle. I finally bought the book on my Kindle, but the first time I read it, I checked it out from the library. It's fine. It's fine. So then I got the cookbook, which is what I usually recommend to people, because most people are not like me. I am a nerd. I love to read, and I need to read it to absorb it and to understand it. Most people would rather just be like, I'd rather watch a YouTube video on how to do Bright Line Eating. Dr. Susan Pierce Thompson offers a boot camp. I feel like a ton of people are going to buy the boot camp because of me, but I am not affiliate for the boot camp, and I am not a Bright Lifer, which is somebody who's done the boot camp all the way through. I feel like that is a tremendous resource for those of you who are the kind of people that would rather watch a video than read a book. I'm the kind of person, like, I'm good with reading a book, you know. That's why I read that book, and I read it 3 times because it just solidified to me why this program is so amazing. Also, last but not least, I mentioned it earlier, but joining the Facebook page is tremendous. It is such a good resource because you can ask questions, or you can do a search on the Bright Line Eating Facebook page where you're just like,
How many ounces of black-eyed peas can I have for my protein?
which is 6 ounces, by the way. Black-eyed peas is a protein. And then that somebody will have answered it, or if nobody's ever answered it, ask the question, somebody will. You will see the transformations on Bright Line Eating. That's actually what convinced me to finally do the program, was because of the transformations that I saw. And now I'm one of those transformations, which makes me so happy. Anyway, this video is long, but it is a summary of how to do Bright Line Eating. But I'm telling you, you should still read the book or the cookbook. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it is helpful. And if you want to join my Bright Line Eating weight loss journey family, hit that YouTube subscribe button. I try to upload every Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And you can follow me across all social media at Angela CruzTube. I'm a blogger. I do a lot of content. And in particular, my Instagram, I am transforming to be more about the weight loss journey. So thank you so much for watching this video. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.